So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my favorite ceramic tweezers and how they compare to another one of my favorite pair of metal tweezers. So y'all probably have seen me using these, and if you notice, this one, this tip, is not quite as long as this one. And that's because while I was soldering on something, I was trying to hold something, this fan, I accidentally got the tweezers into this fan. The fan blade hit this side, and it just snapped this end right off. Now that's one of the first things that I don't like about ceramic tweezers is that with the metal ones, they're very durable. Obviously they're metal, so they'll bend. They just won't snap. These, the ceramic is a lot more brittle, and it will, if you hit it just right, it'll just snap right off. So that's kind of a bummer. And honestly, I think that's the only downside to ceramic tweezers. Obviously, you know that they don't conduct electricity because ceramic is an insulator. Not only insulative to electricity, but they're thermally insulative as well. So this is what we're going to do, just to kind of show you a little example of that. All right, now I'm going to turn my soldering iron on, and then I'm also going to have, I've got a thermocouple that we can look at temperature. 72 degrees Fahrenheit, and then if I touch the probe, obviously my body temperature is hotter than that, so it starts to rise. So what I'm going to do is get my soldering iron, and I'm going to touch it to the tip of the metal, and I'm going to hold the thermocouple probe about an inch below, and we'll see how quickly the temperature rises on the metal one, and then we'll do the same exact deal on the ceramic. This is not, a super scientific test, but just kind of helps you understand how much better the ceramic resists conducting heat than the metal. And that's important because when you're soldering, if you're trying to solder something small and your tweezers are soaking up heat out of the solder joint, it'll actually make it more difficult. You have to put more heat into the solder joint. So when you're soldering small little delicate things, ceramic tweezers are the way to go. All right, so I've got this all nice and hot. So I'll put the probe down here, and then I'll touch the top. Temperature starts to go up. And it starts to pick up speed too. So the ceramic is a lot better at keeping the heat into the work and not absorbing it into the actual tweezers themselves. Okay, it just raised a degree finally right there, so it's 76. So you can see just by that simple little demonstration that the ceramic tweezers, and I can grab that immediately and it's not hot at all. Those are pretty cold too. The thin metal cools off pretty quick, but the point is that these have some thermal properties that are actually really helpful when soldering on small stuff. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, and also you know that metal conducts electricity, so that goes without saying. I don't need to prove that to you. If you're holding something and trying to solder, or something's plugged in and you're trying to grab something with these, you can accidentally short and damage some electronics. So you have to be careful with those, where with these, if something's plugged in, you can just root around and be pretty blunt with it and not have to worry about touching things because it doesn't conduct electricity. All right, so a link to these little tweezers, they come in a 3-pack. I really enjoy them, are down below, of course. But also, because I broke these and I really like them, they're a very nice fine tip. I got this sweet little pack of replacement parts. And so, I'll just go ahead and the link to this will also be down below. But it's nice because with these metal ones, if you bend them and you bend them back and you bend them and you bend them back, eventually the tip gets just like really weak and like it can't really apply much force, or the metal ones do wear out. And it's nice where with these handles are really, really high quality. I like them a lot. And if the tips break, you can just replace the tips, where with these, you'd have to buy a whole new pair of tweezers. So we'll take the broken one, just a couple Phillips screws. Cool, but yeah, so that's just a little bit of an insight into why I like ceramic tweezers, and when you do damage them, it's pretty cheap to get replacement pieces, and it's not like one side only fits one side. They're basically, it's one piece that you can use on either side. So you get some replacement pieces, And now I've got 3 spare tips that if I break any of these, I can drop them right in. Cool. All right. Well, hope you all guys learned something, and I will see you next time.